Howdy everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Dream Makers. I'm your host, Johnny Piazza. Today's show is gonna be a little bit different, all right? Because we're meeting up with a whole bunch of recipients on a fishing trip out at Lake of the Woods. And then after that, we're meeting up with one special young man who's gonna be going after his dream whitetail, and he's super excited about it. But if you wanna see it, you gotta stick around right here on Dream Makers.
Oh, nice shot. Let's go.
Now, before we get this show started, I've got to tell you about the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, because Dream Makers is brought to you by the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. And OAF specializes in providing hunts and other outdoor adventures to youths under the age of 25 with life-threatening illnesses and disabled combat veterans. And today, we are going on a fishing trip, and we're going with a whole mess of kids and their family, all right? We're having out a whole bunch of recipients, and it's gonna be a really good time, okay? This is something that the Outdoor Adventure Foundation does every single year at the Cyrus Resort. We go on a lot of really cool hunts here at the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, everything from elk to turkeys to everything in between. But this fishing trip is more of a casual deal where everybody can let their hair down, kick their feet up, and just have a good time catching some fish. And the fish that we're going to be going after on this trip are northern pike and walleye. All right, so the Outdoor Adventure Foundation has multiple chapters, all right? And on this trip, we're gonna have two chapters coming together. It's the Minnesota chapter and the North Dakota chapter, all right? And you're gonna be seeing some familiar faces on this trip. The Outdoor Adventure Foundation is not a single dream organization, all right? When we have a recipient come in, we try to bring them on multiple adventures to really instill their love for the outdoors. You're gonna have new recipients, you're gonna have longtime recipients, and they're all gonna be coming together and all having a great time.
Well, we're here at Cyrus Resort on beautiful Lake of the Woods, walleye capital of the world. We're getting ready. We got 26 recipients. Everybody's excited, and we'll get everybody on the boat, so we'll get rolling.
Okay, copy that. Thanks, Dad. I can't wait to go fishing today.
It's going to be fun.
Now, despite the fact that we have a bunch of recipients on this trip, we're gonna be following along with two in particular. The first one, his name is Connor, and he's gonna be joined by his mother, Jennifer. And Connor, unfortunately, has had to endure 3 separate heart surgeries in the past. And the next recipient that we're gonna be following along with, his name is Josiah, and he's gonna be joined by his dad, Brian. Now, unfortunately, Josiah got diagnosed with spina bifida, and it has really affected his mobility. But that being said, is Connor, Josiah, and the rest of our recipients, they are not gonna let their disabilities and life-threatening illnesses keep them from having fun in the outdoors. All right. Everybody's met each other, all right? Everybody's getting along swimmingly, pardon the pun. But I think now it's time that we get out, do a little bit of fishing.
We're heading out on the first morning of fishing. We're going out to the Lake of the Woods. Wow.
What do you think of this ride?
It's crazy. What if I catch a giant fish?
That'd be awesome.
That would be great.
That's the goal.
Oh, my dad caught a little walleye. Yeah.
What do you want to catch?
All the kinds of fish that are in here. Like one of each.
One of each?
Yeah. What is that? Walleye, that's a big one. We did it! That's
So run your fingers up this way. See that? Those are the scales.
Oh, and it flipped. Come on, Josiah!
Yeah, you got one! Good job, bud!
What kind is it?
That's a sauger.
Is it big enough?
Yeah, we'll keep this guy.
Yeah!
Yeah, that's a good one, folks.
Come on, Josiah.
Look at the camera, bud. Nice walleye, bud.
Yeah. High five.
All right, so all of our recipients have been having a dang good time. They've been catching some fish and enjoying the outdoors. But we have a lot of action left to go, all right? We still got some fishing to do. We got a whitetail to go after. But if you want to see it, you got to stick around till after the break. Dream Makers will be right back. These dreams are made possible by Cullen Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, Anderson Trucking Service, and Shields. Welcome back to Dream Makers, everybody. Now, we are currently on a fishing trip with a bunch of recipients of the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, but we are following along with two in particular. We've got Connor, and Connor's a little bit more on the quiet side, all right, but you can tell that he's still having a really good time. And then we've got Josiah, all right, and Josiah is saying some things that are cracking me up.
You still kind of hungry?
Yeah. I'm hungry for walleye.
Hungry for walleye. That's a good line for you.
I'm hungry to catch walleye, actually.
Hungry for walleye.
Both these boys are just having fun with their families and their newfound friends and catching some fish.
Holy cow.
Nice walleye. Good job, Connor. Way to get that one in. Nice.
I think I do.
Oh, we're gonna keep it, buddy.
Yeah. That's 18 inches.
That's a nice one.
I hope you got Peter. I didn't.
Nice sauger. Really nice sauger.
Sauger. I got Sally.
Ah.
Oh.
I think it's just what we want.
Very nice. What do you say about that?
Now we have 10 walleye and 2 sauger.
Buddy, keep coming. It's a nice walleye. Nice.
Is it big enough?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Delicious. It was a great day. It was a little bumpy, but we caught good fish.
My son Josiah and I had a great time today fishing, and I just want to give a special thanks to the Outdoor Adventure Foundation for bringing us to this, and this was just really fun, so thank you very much.
Now, day one went absolutely fantastic, all right? Our recipients caught a bunch of fish, the water was glass, it was perfect, all right? But day two is not looking so hot, all right? It's windy, the water is rough, so what they're gonna do is they're gonna hang back and do a little bit of dock fishing, all right? And our recipient, Connor, gets met up with by a recipient by the name of Paul, all right? And you might remember Paul from previous episodes of Dream Makers. He went on a whitetail hunt and had a super good time, and Paul is about the sweetest, cutest little kid you ever met in your life. So him and Connor should have one heck of a time.
Well, we got blown off the water, but we're gonna fish off the dock today. Hey Dad, I caught northern. See? Caught another northern, Dad.
Yeah.
Same one? Could be. Got another northern, yep.
All right, you gonna throw them back? What are you gonna do?
Put him back, let somebody else catch him. Oh, he didn't get a choice.
This is such a special organization and such a special tradition that OAF does every single year. It gets so many recipients out here in the same boat to where they all understand where they're coming from and they get to come together and just share memories. So we're gonna put a QR code on the screen where you can easily donate. And the other thing you can do is keep watching because this episode is far from over. All right, we got a whitetail hunt coming up, and if you wanna see it, you gotta stick around. Dream Makers will be right back. These dreams are made possible by Cullen Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, Anderson Trucking Service, and Shields. Welcome back to Dream Makers, everybody. Now, we just got done catching a whole mess of fish with a bunch of recipients, and we had a really good time, but we are changing gears. All right, we are going from fish and warm weather to whitetail and like super, super duper cold weather, all right? It's gonna be freezing, but the whitetail hunting should be really good. We're gonna be meeting up with a recipient that it is his absolute dream to take home his first big old whitetail buck. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're fixing to get this sucker started. So now, as far as where this hunt is taking place, we are in North Dakota at the Lazy 3 Ranch, right? This is a beautiful ranch. And just like the name says, this ranch is owned by 3 gentlemen, Jack, Pete, and Chuck. And Chuck is actually along for the ride on this trip. But all 3 of these gentlemen really enjoy supporting the Outdoor Adventure Foundation and having our recipients out here to fulfill their big outdoor dreams. All right, so now I've got to introduce you to the star of this part of the show, David. All right, he's our recipient. And David, unfortunately, has gone through some medical trouble in his past. That's how he became a recipient of the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. But he ain't letting that get him down, all right? He's here for one specific reason and one reason alone. And that is to take home a big old monster buck. And he ain't gonna be doing it alone, all right? His dad, Frank, is here with him. They're gonna be having a lot of fun hunting as father and son. And this is gonna be a great opportunity for them to bond and just do a little bit of hunting.
Hi, I'm Frank Jorda. I'm David Jorda's father, and I'm here with him to enjoy his hunt. He has symptoms called Hirschsprungs. He's had problems with his intestines ever since he was born. Decided to go to Mayo Clinic. We made 7 trips down there.
Now, also along for this outdoor adventure is Brian Solom, the founder of the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. He comes on a lot of these trips and really just is kind of like support, right? You know, he goes out with them sometimes. He just makes sure that they're having a good time. And on this trip in particular, he's going to be getting David set up, making sure he's all ready to rock for when he goes out and starts hunting some whitetail.
You hit her.
I think he hit it.
You did hit her. Oh, I heard it.
All right, so David's shooting like this. A whitetail's about like this. So David should be this. He's about to head out after some whitetail. There's some hunters out there that would hate to admit this, but it's true, is that it's not always a success. All right, a lot of time you go home empty-handed. And, you know, David's kind of on the lower end of the spectrum here because he didn't see a single dang deer. All right, I'm talking about nothing. But can you blame the deer? All right, it's cold as heck. It's snowing all over the place. I wouldn't be wanting to be walking around either. But this hunt ain't over, folks. We got a lot of hunting left to do. These dreams are made possible by Cullen Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, Anderson Trucking Service, and Shields. So our hunter David, he has had kind of a tough go of it so far. The weather has been terrible, right? It's been snowing, it's been super cold, the deer haven't been moving, but that's okay, because today is a brand new day.
Day 2, we're trying to get out for a nice buck. We're gonna go to a new blind and hopefully we could see some deer.
That second one from the left is a buck. Not a big one though. There's a pretty good buck. He's far though.
Oh, I see him now.
He might be a 4x4. He's too far, but he might, I mean, if he was right in front of us, he might think about going for him, but he's far. He's gonna come out right in front of us here. I think he's gonna come up and give you a good look.
Probably say he's like small because I only see like 3 points. Well, 4 including the middle ones.
Yeah. He's gonna come up and sit in your lap. It's up to you, David.
And it's laying down. Just lying down on the other side of the bush.
Is he gonna take a nap right in front of us?
No, I just can't see him.
All right, so the guys have this young buck walk in on them, right? And this is a nice deer, but clearly he's young. All right, and he beds down right in front of them. All right, and they're watching this guy. He's kind of like sleeping there in front of them for a while. And then out of nowhere, they look up and bam, another much more mature, bigger deer moves in, kicks this buck out of his spot and beds down in the same exact spot. All right, clearly this deer is a shooter.
That's a nice buck. Oh, he laid down. We got plenty of time. Just move nice and slow and quiet. We'll get set, and then we'll just have to wait him out.
It's laying down in the exact same spot as the other buck. So now we just gotta wait.
Don't shoot now. Wait till you can see him broadside. Oh, he's walking away. Yeah, if you get a shot, take it. There. Shoot him.
Hit him.
Yep, you got him. He's down.
Yeah.
Way to go, bud.
This is my first buck and my biggest buck I've ever hunted. I like to thank the Outdoor Adventure for this great hunt.
All right, David, you should be proud, my friend. All right, you made a perfect shot. You're gonna take home a beautiful deer, and you're gonna also be able to feed your family with some absolutely phenomenal meat. All right, that's what the outdoors is all about. But most importantly is you got to do it with your dad. right? And that's special because, you know, there's some people out there that their dad is not around. So folks, if you're out there and your dad's sitting next to you or he lives across the country or whatever, get together and do some hunting if that's your thing, all right? There's something special about quality time with your father in the outdoors, just like David experienced, just like I was fortunate enough to experience when I was a kid. All right, and that's what the Outdoor Adventure Foundation is all about, is not just creating memories for our recipients, not just taking some of the pressure off our recipients, but also for their families as well. Now, if you're out there and you've loved what you've seen on today's show, I'm so happy to hear it. And I would highly recommend getting involved, okay? Because this is an organization where you can watch this show right here and know that you are making a difference. So we're gonna put our website on the screen where you can find all the information you need to get involved. And also, if you want a really easy way to give, we're gonna put a QR code on the screen where all you gotta do is scan that sucker and you can contribute. And I wanna thank you for watching today's episode because it sure has been a fun one. But in my opinion, they are all fantastic adventures. And if you wanna see them, you gotta keep tuning in right here on Dream Makers. Dream Makers is produced by the High Road Group.